Hey everyone, this is going to be my 29 and 30th week of pregnancy update. I know it's been a long time since I've done a pregnancy update, and I have been keeping little notes in my phone for most of the weeks since my last one, but I'm not going to share everything. I'm just going to condense it to what I've been feeling in my 29th and my 30th week of pregnancy, because it would just take me way too long to try and go over all those weeks, and I don't want to try to film separate videos. And then I'm 31 weeks pregnant today, so it's not even like I could give you a bump shot for those weeks anyways. So I am 31 weeks pregnant today, like I said. I had a doctor's appointment last week, and I was able to schedule my repeat C-section, which is really exciting. I am scheduled to go in on April 19th in the morning, so that's really exciting. We'll see if I make it to that point. My whole reasoning for scheduling it at the earliest date that they would allow is because I have a tendency to go into labor. With my first and my second sons, I went into labor. Well, so with my first one, I didn't have a scheduled C-section. I didn't know I was going to need a C-section. But so I went into labor at, I think, 38 weeks and 5 days, and my water partially broke, which was, I had like a pinhole in my water, which was really strange. Like, that's, if you've ever experienced that, it's really weird, because I had no idea my water broke, because it was just such a tiny little pinhole that was in it, that the majority of my water was still bulging and hadn't released. So it was not like the typical thing that you would think of like, oh, my water broke. Like, it was just the tiniest little pinhole. But so anyways, that definitely, you know, I was in for good when they had determined that my water was leaking and I had a pinhole in it. So then at that time, they have like a timeline for how long they like allow you to wait before you need to give birth because of bacteria and other things like that. And I actually dilated fully with him, and I just couldn't get him out. He was too big for me, and he ironically was the smallest baby that we have had. So because of that, I have had 3 C-sections with all 3 of our little ones. We have, if you're not familiar with me or my family, we have 3 little boys, and we are about to have our 4th, which is our first little girl. So we're really excited for that, to experience getting to have a little girl. So going along with that is just, and then with my second, I had a scheduled C-section because they had been watching our second's growth, and he was looking to be bigger than our first, and that was accurate. He was bigger than our first. He was 8.5 pounds, and so was our third. With our second, I also went into labor at 38.5 weeks, and my C-section was scheduled, I think, at 39.5 weeks, because my doctor at that time would not let me move it up at all. And I don't know if it was like truly intuition or not, but I just had this feeling that I was not going to make it to my C-section date. And I talked to my doctor openly about it, and he was just like, he wasn't budging at all. He's like, I'm not letting you move it up, no way, like, it's going to be on this date and that's final. And he wasn't letting me have any leeway with it. Well, sure enough, I was right, and I did go early before my C-section. And thankfully with that too, I had such a strong like feeling that I was not going to make it, and I was just feeling so uncomfortable and having so many Braxton Hicks contractions that we mentioned it to Chris's mom, which was the one that we had, the person we had scheduled to come be with Colton while we were in the hospital, because we were living in Utah and she's in Pennsylvania. And we asked her if she could move up her flight, and it was like just totally, I feel like it was just totally intervened by God, because she was able to, and she got there literally hours before I went into labor, and we had to go to the hospital and had our little Hudson jet. So being with that theme of going into labor at 38 and a half weeks, I would rather not go into labor if not necessary. For one, it's just not good for my body, being that I need to have a C-section. And you know, that's basically it. Like, I don't want my body to have any more stress on it than needed. We are just hoping and praying for another good and safe birth and delivery and recovery. We've been very fortunate that we have not had to spend any extra time in the hospital. We've had to spend the time for having a C-section, but not anything extra, not for the baby and not for me, with our 3 other little ones. So we are hoping for the same thing this time around. Now, getting into my symptoms for my 29th and 30th week of pregnancy. My biggest one is definitely that I feel so exhausted. It's so strange because I don't remember this happening with my other pregnancies. I remember feeling tired and feeling like I don't want anybody to look at me because I just felt so large and uncomfortable being in my 3rd trimester before. But one thing I don't remember is experiencing so many symptoms that I had in my 1st trimester again in my 3rd trimester. And those being nausea and feeling super sick to my stomach and just being so exhausted that I can't keep my eyes open. That has been happening ever since I hit my 3rd trimester. I'm getting nauseous and super sick to my stomach on and off. I never know when it's going to happen. Sometimes it'll last the entire day or for a 2-day span, and I just feel so terrible, and I'm just trying to push through as best as I can. And I've also just been so exhausted, like just so thoroughly exhausted, both emotionally and physically. Which has obviously been really hard. I have 3 little boys to keep up with. I'm a homeschooling mom. I have a lot of things to do every day, and so I've just been trying to do my best. Now, I have continued to be able to get up at 5:30 in the morning and have my routine, and I've been working out every day consistently still, so I'm very grateful and very happy for that. I actually went through a time period, I don't remember what weeks it was, but there was, I think it might have been my 28th week, my 27th or my 28th week of pregnancy, where I felt extremely off balance, and working out became very difficult for me because I had to take it so slow because my body was just so off balance. I would feel dizzy if I did any kind of movement from side to side. And it was just a really difficult week for me to push through, but thankfully I was able to push through it. I didn't have any crazy, I didn't have any bad falls or anything, so I'm really grateful for that. And now, being at 31 weeks pregnant, and for the past couple weeks, I have felt really good during my workouts. I felt really strong. I feel like I've been able to challenge myself a little bit more, and it's been really nice. So I'm really, really grateful for that. Let's see what else has been going on. Another thing from the 1st trimester that's been coming up is that I need to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, which is so annoying, but just one of those things. I've been having to pee all the time during the day and at night. I have just been feeling so curious about what our little girl's gonna look like, what she's gonna be like, what's it gonna be like to have a little girl, being that we have 3 boys and that's all that we've known. I'm so excited to see what it's gonna be like to have a little girl and to just see her face and her features and her personality. I've just been thinking a lot about her and her birth and how the birth is going to go, when she's going to come, how the recovery will be, and just hoping and praying for a great recovery, and hoping and praying that my being intentional about working out and trying to eat as nutritionally as possible will pay off in my recovery, and that she will be very healthy, I will be healthy, and I'll be able to recover really well. That's just been on my mind a lot lately. I think just because as it gets closer and closer, and then we're also in the process of trying to plan to have help here while we're in the hospital having her. That whole situation is stressful and hard, especially, you know, not having family that lives close and just trying to figure out how everything's going to fall into place. But I just keep giving it over to God and just saying, you know what, God's got it. He's in control. It's going to be okay one way or another. We're going to have our little baby girl and our boys will be taken care of. And so that's just been on my mind quite a bit lately. Her movements are so fun. For the longest time, they have been so painful, so many of them, because she's just so strong in there and I can just feel them so pronounced. But it's also just been so fun because you can see her rolling across my stomach. You can like feel her little arms when she's sticking them out and her little elbow. She loves to elbow me. That seems to be like her favorite thing, is to roll her elbow like this and to poke me. But it's fun to just like sit there and just watch my belly move like crazy and feel her little arm. And it's just a neat thing. I'm just so glad that she is healthy and doing good in there. I already talked about the exhaustion and all of that. I am definitely like ready for bed by 8 o'clock, if not sooner. And from 1 to 3 in the afternoon, I am like pretty much always ready for a nap. Though sometimes it'll hit me sooner. Like today, I am feeling so tired. I got up and did my workout and was getting everybody breakfast and everything, getting myself breakfast. And by the time I was done getting everybody's breakfast made and making my own breakfast, eating a little something myself, doing my workout, getting the kitchen all cleaned up, I was just like so just more than ready to just lay down. And then I thought, you know what, Kayla, you haven't filmed a video in a really long time. You should do an update. So I got myself off the couch and came to do this quick. And then I'm probably just going to lay down when I'm done with this. Breathing. So breathing has definitely been a chore. Like, I feel like it is a job of mine to keep up with breathing because I feel short of breath so much throughout the day, where I feel like I have to just keep taking in deep breaths. I will catch myself taking in deep breaths and taking in another one and another one, and I still feel like I'm short of oxygen. I don't know if that has to do with her position or just the fact that she's just getting so much bigger in there. But that has definitely been something that's been happening a lot, needing to take a lot of deep breaths. I talked about being in her bedroom. Her bedroom is coming along, and her bedroom is also the guest bedroom because we live in a really small house right now, and we need to have a guest room because we don't have family that lives around us. So when our family stays, they need a place to stay. But the room is also really small, but it's coming together really cute. This is her crib. If you can see, this little sneak peek, we painted her crib. This is the same one that we had with Colton. It was a dark brown, but we painted it. I think the color is called Robin's Egg Blue by Martha Stewart, and I love it. Her bedding is also really cute and goes perfectly with her crib. I've been gradually getting her things and getting things out for her. Swaddle blankets and my carriers that I have. I've been buying her little, I'll show you these ones, little headbands and socks and outfits. So this is a pack of the headbands that I got for her. And they're just really cute and sweet. And I love these ones because the headband part, that like the band part that goes around their head, it's super, super soft. It's like the pantyhose material. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't putting anything on her that would be uncomfortable. So I'm hoping that these will fit her really well. And I just love them. I thought they were really cute, and they look like really good quality too. So that's just one of the sets of headbands that I got for her. And then I've just been, you know, getting her like little newborn socks for her little feet. I love these ones because they look like little shoes. And then these pink ones can't tell as well, but they also look like little shoes. And little polka dots are just fun. So I've just been collecting things gradually for her as we get ready for her arrival, and I'm just so excited. My mom graciously decided to throw me an in-mail baby shower. She sent out like invitations, and then I have a couple registries at Target and Amazon. Mainly I just made them so that Chris and I would know the things that we needed to get for her, and then also after you have your baby, you're able to get like a 15% off discount off the things on your registry. So I thought just for that reason alone, I wanted to have everything in one place and then be able to get a discount. But then she decided to surprise me with an in-mail baby shower, and that has just been, I just feel so blessed and so grateful for everyone that has gotten little things off the registry and stuff for us. So that has just been fun, collecting little things for her. And we're just really excited for her arrival. I think that's really about all that I have to update on. The one thing I was going to mention is that my littlest Cooper remains the most excited for Adeline's arrival, and he is so sweet. He will kiss my belly and hug my belly, and he will talk to her, and he talks all the time about how he's going to rock a baby her, and he wants to become a rock star so that he can sing to her. And he is just so sweet. So I'm so excited to meet her. I'm so excited to see Chris with her. Chris has wanted a little girl for so long, and I think he's gonna be like the best dad to a little girl. So I'm really excited to see the sweetness between him and her, and I'm really excited to see all the boys meet her and just see how she fits into our family and completes our family. And I'm just super excited. So last thing now, hopefully this wasn't too long, but I feel like it probably was. I'm sorry, I know I talked too much. Oh, one other thing. My last video that I posted for my pregnancy update, somebody asked me to tell any embarrassing or funny stories that I have about pregnancy. So I'm gonna go ahead and touch on that really quick. Honestly, unfortunately, I really don't have anything good to share. I feel like I have something I'm gonna share, but I feel like pretty much almost every pregnant woman could probably say that this has happened to them at one point or another, especially if you've been pregnant more than once. But the only thing that I can really think of is that I have sneezed and then wet my pants a little bit, peed myself a little because just couldn't hold my bladder fully. But that is like the most, and at that even, like, I've never had that happen to me when I was out in public. So like that would be much more embarrassing, and especially if it was like a substantial amount. But I've never like fully peed myself. I've only ever like, you know, sneezed and then I'd change my pants, but it wasn't like an insane amount. Like, wasn't like if I didn't say anything, nobody else would know that it happened type of a thing. And I've only ever had it happen when I've been at home. So I really, like, I've thought about it a lot. Obviously I've had a long time to think about it, and it was funny because the more I kept thinking about it, I thought, now just watch, like, I'm gonna have something really embarrassing happening to me because I can't think of anything, that then like something terrible is gonna happen. But I've been very fortunate in that manner. I really haven't had anything super embarrassing happen during my pregnancies, so that's been nice. So anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and show my 31-week belly now. Oh my goodness, 31 weeks today. It's crazy. I feel like it was going by so slow, and now it's so fast. So this is my belly at 31 weeks pregnant with little Miss Adeline. Here's from the front. I feel like you can definitely tell that I'm very much pregnant from the front too. She's definitely growing in there. So that is it for this update. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any requests for videos, let me know. I I'm so sorry. I've just been so crappy at getting videos up, and honestly it's just because I've been so exhausted that I've been lacking the motivation to film. I feel like I've just been trying to do the best that I can with everyday life, with continuing to stay healthy and working out and involved with all three of the boys and homeschooling and everything. It's just, when I have any kind of a second to lay down, I feel like I really just need to lay down. You can tell I'm kind of out of breath right now. But I'm gonna try to be better. I definitely want to record these moments of Adeline being born and bringing her home and her with the boys and everything. Like I definitely want to take more videos, so I'm hoping I can get back into more of a groove with it. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.